Okay, so we just wanted to bring you along on one of our homeschooling days. Every day looks different. This is just a little preview of what it normally looks like. We always get started with the kids waking up around 5 to 6, and then we start school around 8 to 9. So before that, we eat breakfast. I make them a snack for while they're doing their schoolwork, and then obviously cleaning intermittently throughout. The youngest, he does whatever he wants. Play-Doh, plays with kinetic sand, arts and crafts, watches a show, whatever, while the older two do schoolwork with me. So our schoolwork, like our coursework, usually lasts around 2 to 3 hours. And then the rest of it is all just like free play, reading. If we do arts and crafts, that's later on in the day. I try to stick with the stuff that I need their focus on right away, and then after that they can like revisit every so often. So basically this is just what a day in our life looks like. Breakfast, making snacks, cleaning, homeschooling, just chaos, having fun, lots and lots of cleaning, obviously. But if you are interested in why we chose to homeschool, go all the way to the very end and you'll see it. My husband and I did a little quick Q&A for you guys, very short and simple. But don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you want more videos like this, let us know below. Okay, so this is our little homeschool area. What you doing?
Doing my homework.
Morning work? These are little bins where I put each kid's stuff. So here's Maxton. Yours is the top one. And their folders and all the like daily things that we use.
In my chapter books.
Yeah, your chapter books. And then this is Titan's computer for Time for Learning. This is just our little setup. All their curriculum is down in this one. This is all like their art supplies. That is yours. Good job. Yeah, this one is Mommy's, but here we just put all of our stuff for arts and crafts, some flashcards, so it makes it easier to do what? Craft. And then he's getting started on his morning work. Maxton, however, is having a hard morning, so we're waiting on him to come do his school. But this is our little setup. We had a whole homeschool room that we turned into whose bedroom?
My bedroom.
Titan's bedroom and the guest room when guests come. So we do have more stuff in there, but this is our daily stuff. And what's this for?
That's for all my schoolwork stuff on my computer.
Yeah, that's for when you finish your tasks, right? You did so good. Good job. Max, you're writing so good with your letters.
Okay, soon you'll be able to color your picture.
What are you doing?
I'm making.
What are you making?
I'm making
A what?
a cow.
A cow. Is Daddy helping you?
Wait, put it on.
Okay.
Like an egg.
Let's do it like this, right? Now push down really, really hard.
That's where the cow's face goes.
Good job.
Let me peel it off.
Oh, that is the coolest cow I've ever seen. Is there anything cuter than when kids draw people like this?
Mama, Daddy's finding it.
Good job.
I'm filling it up with water so it can be a little easier.
A little easier. Good job.
I'm trying to get my money out.
What are you guys doing?
Hatching dino eggs.
You're hatching dino eggs. What kind of dinosaur do you think you got?
We have dinosaurs.
What kind of dinosaur egg did you get?
I think I know what Oki got.
What?
Uh-oh, Daddy knows.
A velociraptor.
What?
Yeah. Oh, okay, maybe not velociraptor. Ankylosaurus.
A triceratops.
No. Stegosaurus.
You're guessing.
What about a diplodocus?
I guess.
Yep, Diplodocus.
Triceratops.
That is a cool fossil.
Come on, look at that.
Look at that.
Good job,
What kind of dinosaur is that?
That could be the fossil.
Brachiosaurus. You got yours? What is it?
Mama, that could be the fossil. A triceratops.
Good job. Put him in the water so you can wash him off. What dinosaur did you get?
I got a triceratops. I got an ankylosaurus.
Let me see. Good job. What'd you get, Max? Show me.
Dinosaur.
Words. Please think and them.
Sea adventure.
Thank them. Wait, thank
Some of the blowfish can sing, so
Can
be
you
careful.
please thank them?
Good job.
Let me see them.
That was a good sentence.
Find the word please.
Good job.
Get it right.
Please. P-L-E-A.
These two are better.
Yes.
Please
E.
thank them.
Good job.
Please.
In frog brought the cake, but they are cleaning up the said duck.
Good job.
Is the last sound in ducks. Duck. Ducks.
Woohoo!
I hear eggs at the end. Peach eggs. Peaches.
Fly me to the moon. Mama, that's Jupiter.
homeschool?
Many reasons. And we'll tell you a few of them right now.
Right now. Okay, so I think it's important first to mention that our oldest was in kindergarten in a charter school in Arizona. So while he was deployed, he was in a charter school and we loved it. Like literally everything about it. The teachers were amazing. We have nothing but love for teachers and what they do for our kids, especially because our kids' wives are probably in the public school system, right? Am I right? Am I right? Anyways, so I think that it's important to mention that first because there's like a stigma behind homeschooling, thinking that as a homeschool mom or dad, we know better than teachers, which is absolutely not the truth. And I think that the biggest reason for me in wanting to homeschool our kids is for like quality time together, to be able to be together 24/7, not to have to be like a slave to a school system and sending them away for 8 hours a day and seeing them just right before bed and then not after that.
Plus, living in Hawaii, it's pretty cool when you can learn about marine biology from a book and then literally go to the beach and experience marine biology.
Yeah, and I
For
think
example.
Yeah, I think that's another huge thing is just like life skills. Instead of it being more structured in a classroom, everybody's on the same schedule, everybody's going at the same pace. It's like 3 to 1, you know. While he's working, it's me on 3 kids and I can focus more on their specific needs. It's only 2 hours a day rather than 8 hours a day, you know.
It also doesn't help that we've moved 4 times since 2014, really 2015, but we moved 4 times since there. So homeschooling allows us to keep the same quality of learning no matter where we're at, no matter how often we have to move.
Yeah, I think that's important because change is really big for kids. And as a military family, we have had a lot of moves. Like you said, a lot of change recently. And I think this is more just like an easy way to kind of like transition through life. Another thing about homeschooling and living in Hawaii, other than it being literally like my dream, living in Hawaii and homeschooling kids and not having a rushed schedule, because we went from living in Arizona while he was deployed to having seriously something to do every minute of every day, and we were constantly rushing. I felt like I was so stressed all the time just because we had to get to Titan school to drop him off, drop Max off at preschool, pick Titan up, take him to basketball practice, and then head back home, you know, whatever. All day long, it was something. And now it's more, they can be at home, do school for the 1, 2, 3 hours a day that they do, and then we can relax and they can play. And I think it's important for kids, especially elementary aged kids, to play, like to learn through playing and imagination. And like I said, they're learning life skills while they're playing and while they're grocery shopping with us, or you know, like he said, going to the beach, we're learning about animals, we're going to the zoo, the aquarium, all the things that we're able to do because they're not a slave to a school, like a public school schedule. It makes it a lot easier. The main parts about homeschooling that we really love are, one, the fact that we can choose their schedule. It's super flexible. One day we can do school. The next day, if they're really frustrated and just not understanding what the lesson is that day, or they're just, you know, they woke up on the wrong side of the bed, we can literally skip school that day and revisit it the next day. And also with that, we can choose what they're learning. So we've been able to obviously keep the core subjects and teach them those things, but we are able to add in like meteorology, marine biology, all the things that at their age they are right now would not be a huge subject.
And then one of my favorite things is coming home from work, I get to ask them and talk to them about what they learned that day, whether it's a life skill of how money and the banks work, or how Titan learned a new way to add 5 to, you know, whatever number's given to him. the fact that we get to preach and teach them these life skills outside of school just makes it all the more worthwhile for homeschooling these boys.
And lastly, I think a huge question that we get all the time is, how long are we going to homeschool for? Are we going to homeschool forever, or are we going to let them decide? And I think mutually we have just decided that we'll like revisit it every single year and ask them and see what they want to do. And if they want to homeschool, we will. If they want to go back to, you know, mainstream school, that's fine too. I think that in this season of life right now, homeschooling is the best option. For the 3 years that we'll be in Hawaii, we are going to homeschool. And then after that, I think as the elementary years pass, like I said, their minds are so fragile, and we want to like mold them in a way that we believe is the best way. And then as they become older and, you know, into their teenage years and stuff like that, it's important to let them choose what they want to do. And, you know, I think at that point they'll have the life skills and the morals, for lack of a better word, to choose what's right to do, and, you know, choose the right friends and all those things that comes along with just an education at school.
Thanks for spending a few minutes of your day with us. If you have any other questions, drop them in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us what you want to talk about next. Shaka.